The Celtics strutting through the tunnel earlier on. The Boston faithful waiting to cheer them on as they get set to take the floor. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Let's see some of the numbers here for Tyler Hero.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Adebayo. Alec Burks is out there with Tyler Hero. And it's Highsmith in at the 3, the small forward. And for Boston, the small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. White is out there with Holiday, and it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Looking ahead, Brent, how excited are you for the playoffs?
Well, just fired up for the level of competition that steps up tenfold, Kevin. And you know this. We've seen so many great performances come playoff time. Teams are fired up, young guys who are going to get this experience for the first time. But it's the stars that shine in the playoffs, and we are that close.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. It's a 3-point game. Here's White. Great D that time from Hero. And here's Miami. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
Misses the baby hook. Here's White. Nailed from three-point land.
And you see the unselfishness right there. Brown wanting to keep his teammates involved.
Burks against Holiday. High post try. Burks can't get it to go.
Shots like that drive coaches batty. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
What's up?
Free throw no good for Holiday. One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Barry, they're gonna grind it out.
Yeah, this team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big 3, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there was a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, and that culture demands that hustle accountability and will consistently be about their culture.
Here's Holiday after Tyler Hero's bucket. Outside, Porzingis. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
And checking out the stats for Holiday. Since the All-Star break, he's been putting in work. Getting around 12 points a game, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. And he really anchors them defensively with that tenacious play on that side of the ball.
He loves to get up into the uniform of his opposition and make you work for everything that you get offensively.
Now here is Holiday. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Memphis. Porzingis sets the pick for White. 6 on the shot clock. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Heat have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Pass to Burks. The tray. Jason Tatum grabs the board.
His touch has left him in this quarter nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
And that passing ability really helps separate Tatum from so many others because the defense has to focus on his ability to score.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. The Heat making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in. Now we get a chance to check out the seeding out east. 4 games left on the schedule here. Taking a look at Boston. Right now they've acquired the second best record in the conference. And checking out Miami. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And you know, for the Heat, they've had an interesting season for sure. They're competitive, they're feisty, but they're not a team that's going to dominate for long stretches.
I just think if you're on the other side, how much are you looking at that team and saying, we're scared of them? So not a lot of fear from the opposition and what they're bringing to the table. They're good, they compete, but do they have that extra gear? I'm not sure.
The Heat shooting their first free throws of the game.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
Andrew Wiggins grabs the board. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Down low, Porzingis with the block.
And shooters must beware. Porzingis is down there lurking.
And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
Tatum against Adebayo. Pass to Burks. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For the 3.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. And here's Holiday after Tyler Hero hitting the 3. 1:44 left in the first. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Drew Holiday.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Al Horford is checked in for the Celtics. The Celtics with the lead. Outside, White. Back to Holiday. It's Brown on the wing. Fires from 18. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And not the easiest shot on the floor. And Brown sticking with that one, showing his confidence.
Adebayo with a screen for Mitchell. Pass to Hawkins. Rozier for 3. The shot, no good. White with the defensive effort.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Inside, Porzingis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Did it feel like Porzingis knew there was a defender there? Man, he just brushed him off.
Mitchell kicks to Adebayo. Adebayo with a screen on Brown. Hawkins outside. Adebayo down low. He's against Porzingis. Adebayo with the bucket.
And that pass showing that team-first mentality from Jaime Jaquez.
Holiday against Mitchell. Pass to Brown. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
What a great option he gives them on every possession.
Rozier the pass to Wiggins. Adebayo with a screen on Brown. Here's Wiggins. And Boston with the rebound. They went to Miami for their last meeting with the Heat and came out with a win.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
And that does it for the first quarter. Celtics out in front, leading by 5. And we'll be back right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And when you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
Celtics leading by 5 on the court for Miami here in the second. Kevin Love out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Terry Rozier. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Highsmith in at the small forward. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for Miami.
And you watch Jason Tatum. Year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar. And the effort never wanes.
The basket falls, and that's going to be a blocking call.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Torrey Craig. Anderson, he's checked in for the Heat. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size. And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Celtics making a switch here. Craig's checked in. Wiggins against Tatum. And we play through the first minute here in the second. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Baiting the defender into a foul. Tatum wants to get to the line where he has always been terrific.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one.
And it's the attention to detail that sets Tatum apart from most players in our league.
And he sinks the second. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Outside Rozier. And the layup is good. Rozier's got his first bucket of the night.
And we continue to see Rozier taking on more responsibility offensively. Nice finish inside.
Tatum, that's for 2. The rebound by Anderson.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try to lead.
Jaquez can't hit.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, it sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that. And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And while we've got a moment, let's check out the best defenses in the NBA. Third spot, the Celtics.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
Here's Jaquez. 14 points from him the last game against Washington.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
5 to shoot. It's stolen. Tatum on the wing. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Shot clock at 5. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
And he's got such a smooth release on that jump shot. You can feel that it's just coming naturally to him.
Pass to Jaquez. Back to Mitchell. The Heat need to get a shot off. Here's Jaquez. Miami no good on that time either.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Pass to Pritchard. Tatum with it. Over Wiggins. The second effort. The second chance effort. Inside. Tatum automatic.
And there's the frame being put to use by Tatum. He knows he's dangerous down low.
Anderson a screen on White. To the middle to stop the run. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to 12 points. The points that time coming from Anderson.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Boston making some changes. Hauser's checked in, and it's Brown in for Tatum. Here's Holiday. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Right side, Porzingis. The 3-ball. It's hauled in by the Heat. There's 1:54 left to play in the first half. You know, Brent, when you wonder why GMs take a risk on project big men, Bam Adebayo is an example of why they do just that.
Yeah, Kevin, it's not always about the project working out. It's about teams that have a plan for the project. And certainly Miami was able to do that. You have to credit Bam. He put the work in. The guy has been solid. He's an all-star. He's continuing to improve. And he gives you everything on both ends of the floor every night.
Burks against White. Adebayo with a screen for Burks. Kicks it out to Hero. 4 on the shot clock. Over Holiday. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. That's 7 points for Tyler Hero.
Well, the paint can open up for Hero because he's such a good shooter. Smart to attack. He had a chance to do it there.
Brown drives in. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And he's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Hero from long range. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Grizzlies.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
Yeah, and watching that, all kinds of contributions and just little things that guys were doing to chip in for that win.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. On offense, here are the Celtics. They're on a 15-6 run. Porzingis with a screen on Burks. Brown wide open. He fires. No good with the triple. And so that's the end of the first half. Celtics lead by 14. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Andrew, they shot the lights out in the first half. What has to change?
Get back. Focus on getting back, guarding your man, and not taking these real.
It starts with a man-on-man challenge. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the Boston Celtics.
They have been so careful with the rock. Smart passes, tight handle on the ball, really speaks to the focus and discipline.
And that defense, try as they might, cannot disrupt their flow. All right, and now that we are in the later stages of the season, here's how the standings are looking in the East.
Taking a look here now at Boston, they're in good position, definitely among the top teams in the conference.
And just as important as the seeding is how you're playing down the stretch. They're trying to dial it in. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Jaylen Brown, what a contribution.
And, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
Now, you can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Holiday out there with Derek White, and it's Brown in at the 3 slot. That's the Boston 5. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Brown's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Boston. Hero kicks to Ware. To the inside. Got a piece of it. Here's White. Up and in on the layup. White's got 8.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Hero from long range. Wants to get it to Burks and does. And it's Adebayo in the corner. Over Tatum. And it's good off the back rim and in. Adebayo's got his second bucket.
I love the rise and fire approach from Bam. You can see how effective that is.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, we can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. With this break in the action, a quick look at our 2K leaderboard in the NBA's top free throw shooting big men since the All-Star break. Second is Jason Tatum.
Now that is a very confident group of players at the free throw line. We haven't seen them struggle there as some of their brothers in the big man fraternity have.
Big men making free throws? Who knew? These players are as comfortable at the stripe as they are in any other aspect of the game.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Here's Adebayo. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
That free throw, no good.
And the Adebayo experiment has been pretty awesome to watch just because it's gone nuclear. All the skills and his hard work paying off now.
And he's good on the second.
Adebayo is by no means an ordinary big in this league. He's just one of the few players in the NBA who can legitimately guard 1 through 5. A true defensive anchor.
And Holiday, here we go. Good. 6 points for Drew Holiday.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Here's Adebayo. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Back to Brown. Clock at 6. Three-pointer. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Hero from long range. Here's Adebayo. Great D that time from Tatum.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Right of screen. Lets the 3 fly. Miami grabs the miss. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo. Pritchard, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. The Heat also changing it up. Wiggins comes in for Alec Burks. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Hero. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Pass to Pritchard. Tatum with a screen on Rozier. Pritchard passes to Porzingis. Here's Brown. The 3. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
A guy who shoots the 3 well, and without hesitation, defense can't afford to give Brown that much room.
Left side, Rozier. Bucket is good.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Tatum against Adebayo. Tatum no good.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Back to Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Pritchard gets the bucket.
And Matador defense
That's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And the Heat call time here.
And Coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
And now let's have a look at the teams that have had the quickest hands in the NBA during the past month. The Heat in 5th.
What a month they've had defensively. I mean, they've really gotten after it on that end of the floor.
Adebayo passes to Rozier. Mitchell outside. Adebayo with a screen for Mitchell. With the drive. And Adebayo throws it down.
Yeah, Bam gets himself a little bit of elbow room, and that's a confident-looking shot.
Brown against Rozier. Brown down low. That one doesn't drop. Great D that time from Adebayo. Mitchell looking it over. Shoots from 12. That's tipped. Pass to Hauser. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Now Rozier. Adebayo with a screen for Rozier. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Well, you love nailing the last second shot. Always a feel-good moment.
Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Celtics. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. We've got Rozier. Kyle Anderson is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Mitchell in at the 1 spot. Rozier the pass to Jaquez. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point land. And it's Rozier missing.
And you have to admire his confidence on that, but there's no way that's going to fall.
Coaches will tell you that's a bad shot, but when your teammates tell you that, you probably got to think about it.
Pass to Pritchard. The 3 from Tatum. Kept alive by Boston. A shot by Pritchard, no good. The Heat trail by 20. Rozier into the lane. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And just over 6 feet, Rozier plays bigger than that height. He has that great underdog mentality, fighting through the foul.
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for the Celtics.
What's up?
That's good from Rozier. And you watch Terry Rozier. His playmaking, Brent, has really ascended over the years.
Yeah, Terry has had a really good career and has been a little bit quiet and muted because of where he has played his career. But his opportunity as a secondary role guy to come in and score the basketball and put pressure on the defense, he is a go-to guy for stretches for any team.
Here's Mitchell. The kick out to Rozier. Anderson with the screen for Rozier. Drills it from outside. Rozier's got 11 in the second half.
Oh boy, the touch is coming back here in the second half. Percentages from the field much better than it was at the break.
Tatum down low, covered by Wiggins. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Some players, Brent, have claimed entertainment is emphasized over competition. What do you think?
Well, I think there's a great balance, and the league does a great job of promoting its stars. But at the end of the day, Kevin, trust me, guys who are out here have a love for the game, a passion for the competition, and that's what we want to see.
First one falls for him. Derek White's checked in for the Celtics. The Heat also changing it up. Love's checked in for Kyle Anderson. And it's Tyler Hero in for Mitchell. And so he makes both from the line. The Heat trail by 18. Outside Hero. Outside Rozier. And the Heat another three.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Pritchard passes to Hauser. Here's Cornette. Pass to White. That shot off. Great D that time from Hero. Miami's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Rozier looking around. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And Rozier's not one to be afraid to take things into his own hands. He'll get inside and get physical.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Celtics?
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
And I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Ware's checked in, and Bam Adebayo subbed in for Jaime Jaquez. And both free throws good for Rozier.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
And Brown throws it down hard.
And this is why Brown is one of the very best in our game. He's so good at getting into the flow.
Ware kicks to Hero. Pass to Highsmith. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got his 6th rebound on the night. Tatum on the wing. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, nice job by Tatum inside. Very assertive. He's fantastic at putting the pressure on the D and consistently getting to the line.
The first one falls. Alec Burks checked in for Miami. And so Tatum nails them both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Trailing by 17. To the paint. Here's Burks. And he lays it straight in.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Tatum passes to Brown. Outside Tatum. White left side. Takes a three. Burks pulls it in. The Heat trail by 15. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. No good on the second free throw. Boston leading by 14. Tatum looking around. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Burks with it. Outside, Hero. Pass to Highsmith. 5 to shoot from downtown. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Tatum gets the bucket.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Celtics.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And counting tonight's game on the season, they'll now have won 57 games this year.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jaylen Brown.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Back to Tatum. Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Hero kicks to Ware. Pass to Burks. Now Hero. They set the pick. Here's Ware. Burks for 3. The rebound by Jason Tatum. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys did a great job contesting shots and disrupting their offense. What did you like best about the defensive effort tonight?
I think from the beginning of the game, we just started off aggressive. We were connected defensively, and that's why we were able to stop them.
You got it done when it counted, Kristaps. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, DA, thanks again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. And now our player of the game, Jaylen Brown.